Well, hello, class. Here we are already in week 5. Would you believe it? And on chapter 10. And in this chapter, we're going to be looking at understanding work teams. And as we know, we can think of so many teams out there from so many different types of fields and orientations. But we know one thing for sure, that a team is only as strong as its weakest link. Teams can work well together or they can work against each other. We can have teams who have abilities to counteract what each other does in a good way. In other words, come up with great ideas, synergize their thoughts, and come out with a favorable outcome. Or we can have somebody on the team that's always trying to bring the team down. We have a member that's always trying to talk down another member of the team. Or someone whose ego is so much in their way that they can't see how they can contribute effectively on a level plane. As an organizational consultant before I became a teacher, I saw this so many times. And the individuals that are not working with the team sometimes do not even want to be with the team, but because of their skill, because of the needs of the organization, they happen to be placed on the team. So the bottom line is you really don't even have to be best friends with the person you work with on the team, but you have to somehow be able to work together toward desired outcomes. And people that can at least understand that working in a team environment should be able to agree to disagree at times. And start from a point, don't make it personal. Always focus on what? The outcomes. That's what's important. It's not about individual personalities. What you do is you know what the goals are. Now, how can you best, as a team, work together to solve a problem? So, the objectives in this chapter are to analyze the continued popularity of teams and organizations. And right now, every one of the management classes that I teach have teams in them. It's a good part of the course. Why? Because even with traditional students, when you get out into the workforce, you join a company, you're not going to be able to handpick who you work with. And unless you have a very specific type of job where you work alone, you're going to have to work with somebody. So it's good to learn up front how to be a team player. Contrast different types. Another objective here is to contrast different types of groups and teams. And to contrast, next objective is to contrast the 5 types of team arrangements. And another objective would be to identify the characteristics of effective teams. Look at how organizations can create good team players. And that's really important. So, if any of you were in my leadership class in term 1, I showed this video called The Death Crawl. And it showed what a team leader can really do to affect the team if they get the right sort of mentor or coach. And there are times when you have to use individuals and use their talents instead of teams, and we can also look at that as well. So we're going to spend the first 3 days of this particular chapter 10, on teams. And there will be, essentially, in this particular chapter, we are going to have one of our essay papers, which I am going to give you specific directions on how to put it together. Essentially, if you did the Read Me First, it explained to you how you put together an effective essay paper. And I'm not going out there to make anyone feel uncomfortable. It's not a terribly large amount of work, but you're going to write about 6 paragraphs on the topic that I give you, and you're going to, in those 6 paragraphs, come up with 3 references, at least 3 references to support your material. Now, again, those 6 paragraphs can be in APA or MLA, but in either case, it's double spaced, and all I'm asking you to do is to answer the question as best you can using references such as your textbook, your online textbook, PowerPoints, any one of my videos, something you research on your own, maybe something you saw on TV, maybe even an interview. But whatever you do, at least know that I should be able to reference it. That's really the important thing here. Okay, so good luck with chapter 10. And then this coming Thursday, we will come up with the next chapter, chapter 11, which will be a really big one, 4 days on communication. Okay, so that's it for now. Good luck.